More than 200,000 Facebook users vowing to boycott the NFL this Veterans Day weekend over the players' continued anthem protests.
Despite this, the NFL still proclaiming it won't be changing its current policy, which doesn't require them to show respect or punish them for kneeling.
GOP Congressman and U.S. Army veteran Rep Mast lost both of his legs in an IED blast while deployed in Afghanistan. He joins us now to react in his continued service. Congressman, thanks for joining us this morning. This is something the NFL never got ahead of. It got away from them. Here we are on Veterans Day weekend, and there is a movement afoot for a big chunk of the country to say, we may love this game, but we love our flag a lot more, and we're going to turn it off. What do you make of that?
It's a great movement. You know, anybody that's ever seen a flag folded and handed to some family member, a spouse or a child, anybody that's ever seen that, it's the most beautiful flag I've ever seen. Anybody that's ever seen that cascade over a casket of a friend, they know that that's not the time and place to go out there and have this kind of protest. It's just not the right time. And I could use a lot of really harsh words to say how much this really pisses me off.
I have no doubt. You have an op-ed out. You address invisible injuries of war. If we can just read a quote from this op-ed, I want to give people a sense of what you wrote. You say, many scars of our nation's wounded warriors are not visible. Far too often, my peers are haunted in silence without the same support of a grateful nation. Encouraging them through their struggle, we must do more to support these men and women. And of course, Congressman, this is coming from someone. I've spent the day with you on Capitol Hill. Your injuries are quite visible, but it's a great point. Many of them you can't see.
My injuries are easy. You know, people look at me, they say, okay, this guy's missing 2 legs. He needs a cane. Maybe he needs to grab my shoulder. Maybe he needs a handrail. That's easy to identify the assistance that I need. For so many of my friends, people that spent time on the battlefield, you can't see what it is, the pain that they have inside of them. You can't see what it is that they're yearning for, that they need. So when you think about Veterans Day, that's the time to recognize what their commitment was. They went out there. They were willing to be targeted by snipers. They were willing to walk across landmines. They were willing to fly across enemy lines, even though they might get shot down. I mean, these were amazing people. Recognize that sacrifice, but get to know them actually more than just saying thank you for your service. Really, you know, touch their heart and find a way to build a relationship, and we'll be able to help that.
And Congressman, thank you for your service. Let me ask you, let's go back to where this all began. That is, San Francisco quarterback Colin Kaepernick started the kneeling movement. Is it your sense that if Kaepernick would just go to Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington or even overseas where our troops are there and see what they face, he would change his mind and change his heart?
I wouldn't say that he's in any danger of changing his mind or his heart. I don't know him personally, but I think if he wanted to undertake a true way to be an activist, you could look at somebody that's been an NFL activist, and that was somebody that served this country so valiantly, Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman was an NFL activist. He went out there, he joined the 75th Ranger Regiment. Those are the men and women that I served alongside, and he gave his life for this country. That's what it looks like to be an activist coming out of the NFL. You know, there was a time back during World War II when professional athletes, they left what they were doing, they went out there and they served their country. That is patriotism. That's what I want to see out of players from the NFL, not this protesting during the most important moment of that entire game when everybody comes together to put their hand over their heart or render a hand salute and respect our American flag.
Such a good point. Actually, the most important part of the game is when we do come together collectively in opposing jerseys and salute that flag. It's amazing that we turned a uniting symbol into a dividing one by turning it into a protest. So well said this morning, Congressman. Thanks for all you fight for over there.